Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on the markets. We're going to do a full update here on the markets. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about XRP, we'll talk about some interesting altcoins, because today, believe it or not, we actually have some interesting altcoins again that need to be discussed. So that's what we'll do. And in general, we'll just I'll try to give you a bit of an overview on the fundamentals as well. So let's get right into it. First of all, what's going to matter a lot in the next hour, but in general for the rest of the day, is the US session. All right. What we have seen yesterday is that the US session was quite bearish. We saw the dollar strength index go up slightly more. We saw, at least initially, we saw the stock markets drop down. So that provided quite a lot of bearish pressure for the markets. And then outside of that, and I think that's a beautiful visualization, we actually, here you can see the Coinbase Bitcoin price over the last, 16 hours or so. So if you zoom out a bit, what you can see is that we actually went into a massive discount for the price on Coinbase for Bitcoin, which is usually a sign, especially if it happens during the US markets, that there's a lot of selling coming in from the US. You can see over the course of today that has decreased, and it actually got back into a premium for a very small period of time. But that's fundamentally, that's what we need to see. All right, preferably we see the dollar strength index retrace back down. You can see it's recovered a bit, but preferably we see something like this. And then hopefully we can also see a strong opening for the stock markets. If that happens, and if that happens, I have good hope that the Coinbase Bitcoin price also gets back into a premium, indicating that there's bidding coming in from the US. And then I think this reclaim that Bitcoin made, which is technically the most important for Bitcoin, can actually not only hold, but we can actually get some more bullish momentum from there as well into 98, 99,000. Because that's ultimately, looking at Bitcoin, that's what we want to see, right? I mean, yesterday we had a pretty big drop right here into the main support level, which you can see is this gray area right there. Pretty good drop, some long liquidations, and then we also got the Michael Saylor news, which was good and actually provided some bullish momentum from that support level. So we reclaimed this level at 95,000, and that's the main level we need to hold. All right, so if you just want to have some tips about what to do regarding the markets today, I would advise you to keep an eye on the Coinbase Bitcoin premium or discount, at this point of time discount, and that level at 95,000. If we're able to hold 95,000 here after everything that went down in the last 24 hours, I think it's fair to say we can at least get a move back into 98, 99,000, and then based on how we react to that level, which you can see over the last day, has actually made the price reject quite often. But how we react to that level will determine how the development of the Bitcoin price will continue, and whether we will drop all the way back down to 92 and 91,000, or whether we can do something like this, which would obviously be preferred. But like I said, that just depends on how the fundamentals around the market develop. And at this point of time, given what we've seen from the fundamentals and the technicals around the markets so far, I would say this is most likely. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, you can see right now, looking at altcoins, I mean, the total 3, which is basically an altcoin market index, rejected the bullish breakout right here, but has found support at the range lows as well, and actually looks quite decent to get into the top right here as well. So that's would be good for altcoins, and some altcoins are also outperforming the market. All right, so if we look at actually earlier today, we saw XRP outperforming the market slightly, but that hasn't really turned into anything. And I have to say, looking at XRP briefly here, like you can see, we've actually managed to break back above 2.58, which is a good start, I would say. But XRP really needs to do much more if we want to call this bullish. It needs to break above at least 2.65 and preferably even 2.7. And unfortunately, I don't see enough indication of that happening. So for XRP, I have to stick with my analysis from this morning, which is that we might spike up together with the market, but to break out is a bridge too far, I'd say. But no, there's other altcoins that are actually quite interesting. Litecoin is extremely strong. It's a bit of a difficult one, because you can see technically we're actually at the top of the range right here. So looking at that, you would expect a drop-off, but in terms of the volume, in terms of the strength in general this week, I would not short this yet, all right? I would actually say that this is more likely still to get higher into the top of this range and make some sort of an imbalance. And then, who knows, we could break out if the market is strong. If the market is weak, then I think Litecoin is a good candidate to short. Outside of that, BitTensor is also very strong. There's some positive developments around that. In general, I think BitTensor, so that's Tau, TAO, is an amazing project. It's trying to break above the $400 level right here. If we're able to do that, given everything I've seen so far from this in the last couple of days, I think we can actually see some more bullish momentum into 480 and 500 potentially. So definitely one to keep on your watch list. So now we've talked about Litecoin, we've talked about BitTensor. I think Solana is still Solana is still interesting, even though it was quite strong earlier this morning, and now it has lost some of that strength. And one of the coins that's one of the strongest coins right now is Aptos. That broke out. Interesting coin. Although there's some big unlocks coming up on this in March. So if you do want to take a trade on this, make sure it's short term. And Sonic is doing amazing. Big bullish breakout here in an uptrend. I will actually publish a video on this specifically in probably an hour after I uploaded this video. So that's what I think you need to know regarding the markets. The US market is opening in 30 minutes, a little bit less probably if you're watching this video. We have FOMC minutes at 8 o'clock UTC +1 tonight. I think that's 2 o'clock in the East Coast time zone. So be aware of that. Keep an eye on that. Read them. And those are my thoughts for now. That's what I expect. That's what I think you need to keep an eye on. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Take care and bye.